Did you
Oh,
look
no,
at
no,
Sammy?
no. Did I have any inkling of that? No, absolutely not. I thought he and I would just use the sword fight and... Oh, I never did finish telling you the story about... God. Oh, about the guns. Oh, no, I'm going to back up. You can put it in if you want to, but this is a funny story. We bought the guns at the gun store.
Yeah.
Now Sammy wanted to go out and shoot the guns. Have you ever shot a 45?
Yes.
A Colt 45?
Yeah.
Because they kick like the devil. All right. So Sammy wanted to shoot the guns in the desert. The manager, he went to the manager of the club, and the name of the club is in the book that I wrote, and all these places are in there. But the manager says, okay, I'll send, I forget the guy's name. It was one of the guys that worked in the hotel, like his second in command, worked in the hotel. And he came to us, well, tomorrow morning I'll be picking you up. I'll take you out to my ranch, and we go and shoot the guns. Okay, that's fine. With all the guns we had. And we had more than one, so quite a few. At any rate, we went to his house, and it was a ranch. It was a ranch, a real ranch. So we had breakfast. He says, "Okay, let's go." So we walked out to the barn, and the family members, the kids in the family, were saddling horses. Sammy didn't pay much attention until they brought the horses out of the barn. And he says, "Okay, Sam, this is your horse. The name is whatever, Butterfly or whatever his name." Well, Sammy said, "You're joking, of course." He wouldn't go within 10 feet of a horse. He was scared of dogs. He certainly is not going to go near a horse, let alone get on one. So they had a walking a circle in the farm, and something got into his head, and I don't know what. Because I used to tease Sammy, and I used to bait Sammy all the time to get him to do things. I don't know what it was me that did. Anyway, we got him on the horse, and he walked around, and the minute he started walking around the corral there, all of a sudden, in his head, he became Hopalong Cassidy. He became everything Western you could think of in his head. He's got the gun on the side and the horse and the this and that, and let's go. We went out in the desert. He shot the guns. He was the happiest kid in the world. And that's how that's part of that story about how, with the guns and the things. Now I've got to go back to New York again. We played the show there. Always we hung out in New York, and it was almost a given that every night after the show, when we were in New York, we would always go up to Harlem, because that was the hot spot in town. It still is. That's where to go, especially if you're colored. You go there. And I got so the first, I'm speaking, this is all part of this story. We go back to Fort Lee, New Jersey to play the thing. Well, where's Sammy going to stay? Certainly it's not going to be in one of the big hotels. We stayed in the Black Hotel on the corner of 5th Avenue and 5th Street and 6th Avenue. The front of this hotel faced the stage door of the Palace Theater. Now here I come walking in, and everybody's looking at me. Who is this white guy in this hotel? I'm talking about a hotel where you turn on the water faucet and the tub fills with rusty water. Real rusty water. That's how you took your bath. Well, there was one black girl. I forget her name. I used to remember it well. It sounded like she had a dog's name. I don't mean a dog name, like they called her, I don't know, they called her like a fancy dog name. But she took a shine on me. And that just opened up a lot of room for me to move around in the hotel. So that was my first trip of the white man staying in the black man's hotel. Very interesting. Learned a lot. But we were playing in the hotel in New Jersey, in the showroom in New Jersey. We were there for at least a week. We were there, so I became familiar with, that was me becoming familiar with New York, and Sammy hanging out in Lindy's, at night. We'll go to the comic stable, go to Harlem, and this and that. And Sammy always, all his life, wanted to play the Copacabana. That was it. When you play the Copa, you're as big as you get. We always stop and look in the windows or whatever because you're not allowed to go in there. The Jules put